Another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Read the disclaimer below, please. Your like and subscribe is appreciated, it helps with increasing the reach of the channel. On Telegram today. Breaking, Russian interest rates rise again to FYI, ChatGPT. The Central Bank of Russia increased the rate to 19% on September 12, 2024. The Russia 24 TV channel showed photographs and named 6 British diplomats who were stripped of their accreditation in the Russian Federation based on materials from the Russian FSB. According to the channel, these are British Embassy employees Jessica Davenport, Grace Elvin, Andrew Daft Cullum, Catherine MacDonnell, Thomas John Hickson and Blake Pattle. The British do not accept hints about the need to stop this practice, implementing intelligence activities in the Russian Federation, so we decided to first expel these 6, the FSB officer said on the TV channel. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban believes that after his peace initiative on Ukraine, a discussion about peace has begun in Europe and more EU countries are thinking about moving to the peace camp, including Germany, as evidenced by statements by German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Because of the position of the EU leaders, Europe has become pro-war. NATO exercises to coordinate the mass transport and assistance of wounded from Finland and the Baltic states are being held in Sweden for the first time, Sveriges Radio reports. The maneuvers, which are being carried out at the level of management structures in cooperation with the kingdom's regions, involve 150 people from 16 NATO countries. Downplaying Erdogan bitch-slapping Putin, the Kremlin commented on Erdogan's words about the ownership of Crimea. This topic falls into the category of disagreements between Russia and Turkey, Peskov said. Putin's statement about the consequences of possible strikes deep into the Russian Federation is extremely clear and does not allow for double readings, Peskov told TASS. The Kremlin has no doubt that Putin's statement about the consequences of possible strikes deep into the Russian Federation reached the intended recipients. Our friend from the East Indian Prime Minister's advisor informed Putin about Modi's contacts in Kyiv and his approach to the Ukrainian settlement. He did not convey messages from Zelensky to the Russian president, Peskov said. Probably because he couldn't translate, "fuck off war criminal," into Russian. There is a sharp increase in coronavirus variants in Russia that can bypass immunity, Rospotrebnadzor warns. 68% of German citizens are against Scholz's nomination as a candidate in the next elections, while only 20% support the current chancellor, according to YouGov poll data. In Russia, the number of lawsuits to declare SVO participants dead or missing has increased sharply. Since February 24, 2022, military families and unit commanders have appealed to Russian courts at least 2,847 times asking to recognize soldiers and officers as dead or missing. The number of appeals increased sharply in 2024. Half of the applications were initiated by military units. Without a court decision, military unit commanders do not have the right to exclude a soldier from the lists of personnel and receive reinforcements, and relatives cannot apply for funeral payments. Deputy Chairman of the Russian Security Council Dmitry Medvedev may join the board of directors of Rostelecom. He needs more billions to finance the vodka distillery. The meeting of shareholders of the PJSC, at which Medvedev is planned to be elected as a member of the board of directors, is scheduled for September 16. Russian farmers in Kursk region suffer multi-billion-dollar losses due to Ukrainian armed forces invasion. In Kursk region they will not be able to complete harvesting work on an area of 160,000 hectares due to the invasion of the Ukrainian armed forces, said the acting governor of the region, Alexei Smirnov. According to him, the region will not be able to harvest 1.5 million tons of grain, 1.14% of the Ministry of Agriculture's forecast for the total grain harvest in the Russian Federation. He also noted the loss of 700,000 tons of sugar beet and 500,000 tons of oilseeds. In addition, the acting governor specified that the equipment of the affected enterprises was damaged or taken out of Russia, and the total damage is currently estimated at 85 billion rubles and continues to grow. Rosatom faces difficulties in building a nuclear power plant in Turkey without German equipment. German company Siemens failed to deliver important equipment for nuclear power plant Akkuyu power plant, which is being built in Turkey by Rosatom. After a delay of several months, the builders had to turn to China. Siemens was supposed to provide a gas-insulated substation to transmit the power generated by the nuclear power plant to the grid, people familiar with the matter told Bloomberg. According to Turkish Energy Minister Alparslan Bayraktar, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan even asked Chancellor Olaf Scholz for help, but the issue was never resolved. Germany's failure to provide a satisfactory explanation for the delay has affected the progress of the project. However, Rosatom has already placed an alternative order in China, Bayraktar said. The chat is unverified. I do not endorse the views expressed. Be wary of disinformation and DYOR. I monitor and translate Vatnik channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to. Has this content been useful to you? Would you like to see more research and translation content from Beefeater Fella? If you do, and you want to stay up to date with my work, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel now. It takes just a few seconds and it's free. This is really important. Your support and recommendations can make a big difference to the channel.